Hello everyone, my name is Heather Autumn and welcome to my channel. So this weekend's going well. And by well, I mean nothing I had planned worked out, which is fine. I woke up Saturday morning with, all the motivation to go and record a beer crawl that was happening in the evening. So as usual, I look up my ticket only to see it canceled. And I was like, why was it canceled? So I went to the website and apparently they canceled it for everybody and had to reschedule. I'm not sure what the reasoning was, but it left me not knowing what to do yesterday. And today is supposed to be a self-care day. I actually went and got tickets for a group called Kodo, which is a Japanese drumming group. I've seen them last year and they were so awesome. So I want to dress up. That's part of the reason I kind of have this makeup kind of going on, and I want to go to that tonight. But I wanted to think of something to record, and I think I'm going to take some time to show you some of the things I do on a normal everyday basis that help me save money and make things like going out on these fun trips and stuff possible. I will say that at this point in time, as of recording this video, I am not monetized on my channel at all, which means I have to be really, really careful with my finances to make sure that I can go out and do fun things to record while also, being able to make rent. That's a thing. That's important. Now, luckily, or maybe even unluckily, I grew up in a pretty low income home. And so I can remember my mom getting, food from food banks, and my lunch was sponsored and paid for when I went to school and things like that when I was older. And a lot of the things I was taught as a child, I didn't realize were frugal tips until I was old enough to start paying my own bills. So I'm gonna show you that. I actually have to do a quick little restock this morning. So I'm gonna take you to the store and I'm gonna show you some things that I pick up on a regular basis that kind of help me keep financially stable. And then later, I'm gonna go into Boston and I'm gonna go see Kodo. I don't know that I can record that, but I will link it in the description so that you can watch and see what they're like. All right, so today I'm gonna be heading to Hannaford's, which is close to Market Basket, but less deadly, because I swear to God, you could not pay me enough to go to Market Basket during lunchtime on a weekend. You just couldn't. That's how you get run over by somebody in a hub around looking for like a can of beans or something. Like, I cannot do that. All right, so 2 rules. Don't go shopping when you're hungry, and make sure you have a list. I don't have a list. So my shelf-stable proteins, I have a little bit of Spam. I don't usually eat that often just because the salt content can be really high, but I do have that on hand. And I kind of like to use that when I make Japanese food where I have rice and then I have some Spam and I wrap it in seaweed. It's really, really good, but I don't have that as much as seafood. Now for me, I usually have 2 types of seafood in cans, and that would be first, of course, tuna, because it's really easy to make tuna salad out of. And then the other one is clams. And I make a really good white clam sauce over spaghetti. It's so good. I'll have to show you that later. All right, so the next thing is that milk prices have gone up. And for those of you who don't know, I live in the US, specifically Massachusetts. And yeah, it's gotten pricey. So luckily for me though, I learned a trick from my mom because again, growing up poor. So I'm gonna go and pick up some evaporated milk. My mom used to use powdered milk, but evaporated works just well. And that'll be used for cooking. So we are having some issues with eggs, but we do have these here, and I'm going to show you how to keep them preserved. This year, I'm going to actually show you guys how to make soap, because for that much money, you can make like a whole bunch and not pay for individual slices. I feel like this day is getting away from me. It is almost 2 o'clock and I want to leave here around 3, but I wanted to show you guys some of the things that you can do with some of the stuff we got. Most notably, I wanted to show you how to work with this evaporated milk. This is one way to have milk on hand that you can cook with. You can drink it. It's not that bad. I think my experience was because my mom might have watered down some of the milk just to make it last longer. So I got these. They're so cute. So I'll just be mixing it and pouring it into one of these and labeling the front. So to redo this, we're gonna just use equal parts of milk to water. All right, so here it is. Just give it a good shake. And yeah, so I heard that this will stay for about a week, and you can use it exactly like you would any other milk. So if you're looking to save money, this is one way to do that. All right, so I know I told you I would talk to you about how to preserve eggs. Now I started doing this when the pandemic happened, and that is how to freeze eggs. Now I love this because I can buy the bulk eggs from like Costco, or I can buy like the giant 3-pack, and then I freeze them, or at least some of them, and I can use them in omelets or baking, basically in any way that you would need just a raw egg. So what I did is I got these silicone cupcake molds. You want something that pops out really easy. I tried to do this with ice cube trays and it didn't work so well. It was just crazy hard to get out. It was a mess. So I would recommend these because they can just pop right out. And so what you do is you take one egg and you crack it into each container and you just give it a little mix just so that the yolk is combined a little bit with the rest of the egg. And then you pop it into your freezer. And in the end, you get these. And this will just pop out super easy. One of these is one egg. And then when you need to use it, you just thaw it out. I recently used this to make a omelet the other day. It tasted just like a normal egg. And in the end, I freeze them in bags like this. So again, it takes up less space in my freezer. I have the date of when it was packed and what they are. This is one of those things where, you know, if you can buy it in bulk, then go for it. If you have the space for it, especially, definitely get it. And now you know how you can freeze them. I also like to stock up on things like these mushrooms, and I'll cut them up ahead of time, put them in a baggie, and then they're ready and good to go in the freezer whenever I want to make an omelet or something. That's a good purchase. If you have the money and if you have the space, get yourself a freezer. It will save you so much money. The other thing is I recently purchased this dehydrator above, and I love that because there was one thing I missed during the pandemic, and that was like fresh fruit. And so what I'll do is I'll just stock up on a bunch of bananas, and then that's what I do for the weekend. I just let it run, and then I have a whole bunch of banana chips or apple chips or things like that. And anytime I'm craving fruit, I can just pull those out of the freezer and have them, and it just kind of rehydrates. So that would be second on my list of if you're looking to preserve food and save money, that would be the next item I would recommend. It is almost 2:30. I'm gonna go change, and I guess we'll start heading over. All right, so I am here at Riverside, and I'm currently sitting in my car debating whether I wanna head in early or if I want to go and let my phone charge a bit more, because I forgot to do that. Anyway, I'm gonna head in at some point and I'll keep you posted. It's very windy and kind of chilly, but we made it. So now it's just a matter of getting to the building. So it's gonna be a little bit before the show starts. So I got a glass of wine. You can do that at the concession over here. And yeah, just taking in the views. So I'm here at the Boston Music Hall and it's gorgeous. I'm not going to be able to do any recording during the performance, of course, but my goodness, this is such a beautiful place. So I hope you like it. I was able to capture a little bit towards the end because there were other people recording, but oh my gosh, it was such a great performance, and it was like, you could feel it in your heart when they would hit those drums. I am back home. That was such a good performance, but I hope you enjoyed this episode. It's not typically what I do, but stuff happens, you know? Normally this is a travel and food vlog with some slice of life sprinkled in, and of course, I would guess this would be one of those days. But if you're into that kind of stuff, please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It all helps my channel and it lets you know when I have a new episode out. Thanks again for watching. I am exhausted. I'm gonna go to bed, and yeah, I will see you next Sunday with a new episode. All right, bye.